In this lecture we are going to cover pectoral region, and if you want the notes of all the pectoral region that I have written over here, you can just follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook handle is All India Medicos 1, so do follow Facebook, and Instagram all.india.medicos. So now jumping in right into the lecture, that is pectoral region. Here we are going to cover the introduction part of the pectoral region, the superficial fascia and the deep fascia, and then the mammary gland part will be dealt in the next lecture, and there will be also a separate lecture where I'll be dealing with all the muscle origin and insertion. So right now let's concentrate here on the pectoral region. So pectoral region, there are different muscles in the pectoral region, as I have already mentioned in the all muscle video, upper limb muscle video and nerve supply. So here there are muscles called pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, subclavius, and there's some other muscle that is serratus anterior. We do not consider it under the muscles of the pectoral region, but it can be included in pectoral region as well. I'll let you know about the serratus anterior separately. Now coming on to the superficial fascia of the pectoral region. Now the superficial fascia contains moderate amount of fat, and the breast is the most common and most important content of the superficial fascia, right? So the fibrous septa given off by this fascia supports the lobes of the breast and skin covering it. So there is some fibrous septa that is given up by the superficial fascia, which supports the lobes of the breast, and also covering the skin covering it. It is also supported by the fibrous septa. Now moving on to the contents of the superficial fascia, there are four contents: the breast or the mammary gland, the platysma, cutaneous nerves and cutaneous vessel. In cutaneous nerve we have two cutaneous nerves, that is cervical plexus nerves branches and the intercostal nerves. And in cutaneous vessel we have internal thoracic artery and posterior intercostal arteries. So this is the basic of superficial fascia. Now we are going to deal with the cutaneous nerves, cutaneous vessels and platysma. So here we have cutaneous nerves of pectoral region. In cutaneous nerves of pectoral region, as I said, there are two parts: cervical plexus and intercostal nerves. Now in cervical plexus we have medial supraclavicular nerve, intermediate supraclavicular nerve and lateral supraclavicular nerve. So when you see the diagram here, we have the three nerves, that is medial, lateral and this is the lateral one, this is the intermediate one, and this is the medial one. So these are all the three supraclavicular nerves, right, that we are talking about in the cervical plexus. Now they supply to the skin over the upper half of the deltoid. So now here somewhere is the deltoid, यहाँ पे कहीं पर deltoid है. So that is supplied by the skin over the deltoid. The upper half of the deltoid is supplied by the supraclavicular nerves and also the clavicle to the second rib. So यहाँ पे होगा कहीं पे हमारा ये clavicle और up to second rib ये क्या करता है, supply करता है. So this is supplying from clavicle to the second rib. Now coming on to the intercostal nerves. So we have anterior and posterior cutaneous nerves, and these are known as the intercostal nerves. So anterior cutaneous branch and posterior cutaneous branch of intercostal nerve, that is second to sixth, right? So T2 to T6 is anterior cutaneous nerve and T3 to T6 is the posterior cutaneous nerve. So indirectly there are from second to sixth thoracic vertebrae there are the cutaneous nerves or intercostal nerves. So now what they supply is they supply skin below the level of second rib. Up to the second rib we know is supplied by the supraclavicular nerve. Below it is supplied by the anterior and posterior cutaneous nerve, that is the intercostal nerves. Also the intercostobrachial nerve of T2. Now this is the intercostobrachial nerve of T2. Now this is supplying the skin over the axilla and upper half of the medial side of the arm, right? So this is all about the cutaneous nerves of pectoral region. Now moving on to the cutaneous vessel, as we know there are two cutaneous vessels, the internal thoracic artery and the posterior intercostal arteries. So the anterior cutaneous nerves are accompanied by perforating branches of internal thoracic artery, and the posterior cutaneous nerves are accompanied by the lateral cutaneous branch of posterior intercostal arteries. So as we have seen in the diagram here, these are the anterior cutaneous nerves and the posterior cutaneous nerves. Now these are accompanied by the arteries. So the anterior cutaneous nerve is accompanied by the internal thoracic artery, and the posterior cutaneous nerve is accompanied by the posterior intercostal arteries. Now the second, third and fourth of these branches are large in females, as they have to supply the breast. So now as we know, the T2 to T6 is the ratio, right? So T2 to T6. So the second, third and fourth are larger here. These branches are larger because they are supplying to the breast. So this is all about the cutaneous vessels. Now here you can see each areas that is supplied by the cutaneous nerve. C3, C4, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, C5 to T1. So these are all how the areas are supplied by cutaneous nerves. Now coming on to the platysma. Platysma is not very important, but we have to know just the function and what it is, right? So platysma is the thin broad sheet of subcutaneous muscles, and the fibers of this muscles arise from deep fascia covering pectoralis major. So the platysma fibers are coming from the deep fascia. This is thin broad sheet of subcutaneous muscles. What is its function is important, that is it protects the external jugular vein from the external pressure. Now moving on to the deep fascia or the pectoral fascia. Now as we know, it covers the covering of the pectoralis major with the fascia which covers the pectoralis major muscle is called the deep fascia or the pectoral fascia, right? It is thin and anchored firmly to the muscle by numerous fasciculi. So this is thin, the deep fascia is thin and it is anchored firmly by the muscle by numerous fasciculi, okay? And it extent of the deep fascia is superiorly it is through the attachment to the clavicle, inferiorly it is continuous with the fascia of anterior abdominal wall, that is rectus sheath. Superior laterally it passes over the deltopectoral groove and continues with the fascia covering the deltoid muscle, and inferior laterally it covers round the inferolateral border of pectoralis major to become continuous with axillary fascia, and the axillary fascia is dense fibrous sheet extends across base of axilla. So in all this thing, it is saying that superiorly if we see the deep fascia, it is attached to the clavicle, whereas if we inferiorly see, it is attached to the anterior abdominal wall, okay? It is continuous with the fascia of the anterior abdominal wall. Superior laterally it passes to the deltopectoral groove. Now deltopectoral groove is the groove that is present in the pectoral region around the deltoid muscle. So there is a groove that is known as deltopectoral groove. So it passes into deltopectoral groove and it is continuous with the covering of the deltoid muscle. Inferior laterally it curves around the inferior lateral border of pectoralis major to become continuous with the axillary fascia. Inferior laterally what it does, it curves over the pectoralis major and it becomes continuous with the axillary fascia. Axillary fascia se continuous ho jayega to become continuous with the axillary fascia. Now what is axillary fascia? That is, it is a deep fibrous sheet and it extends across the base of the axilla. And in the next lecture we are going to deal with the breast. So this is all about this lecture about the pectoral region introduction, the deep fascia and the superficial fascia. So if you like this video, please comment, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.